Good morning, folks, and welcome to Wednesday's Market SITREP. This is Top Gun Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. I'm the Chief Options Instructor here at TGO. And, folks, we had a nice 2-day Amazon bull put spread. Didn't get filled on this one, but just sent out a text alert to those of you who potentially did to close the Amazon 1900 1897 and a half bull put spread that it was set to expire on Friday. This was at this opened around 2 or 3 cents, so I sent out a text alert to close this for an $1,800 95% profit in a day and a half to 2 days. Absolutely awesome execution, and right there, folks, that single bull put spread could have potentially paid for an annual defensive membership here at Top Gun Options. One trade, an annual membership here at TGO. Again, folks, if you're interested in poking your nose around what we do here at Top Gun Options, simply head to our homepage and choose the service that's right for you. This green one that's called Defensive is more our retirement portfolio. As a matter of fact, we're doing that today at 1 o'clock, that live trade brief. And we're going to talk about one of our really good-looking positions in CSX. That is our transportation stock. We put on a bull put spread last week, the 72.5, 72. And let's take a look at where CSX is today. I think it's up here at around 75. So we put on that bull put spread last week right around here, and look at that. Nice $3 gain, $4 gain, where we put on that bull put spread. So that's looking at significant profits also in 1 week. So that's our retirement portfolio, and for only $14, not even, the price of lunch today, you could take a 2-week test flight into our retirement portfolio. Right here in the middle is our weekly options and primary live trade brief. Yesterday in our primary live trade brief, we looked at getting long volatility, and this is only a 2-week $28 trial. And then finally, if you want to take a test flight into all 4 live trade briefs that we do here at Top Gun Options, take a look at this full throttle max for $38. Just click on that one, and head to go.topgunoptions.com, and you can, and I think it's Go Flight. Go Flight, and you can get into one of those services. So it's really easy, folks. Okay, let's get into our intel brief. Still have a lot of world tensions going on, whether it is in Syria with a huge Russian naval buildup. National Security Advisor John Bolton said, hey, man, we might be seeing some potential chemical attacks coming up because we're seeing some intel. Don't do it. And, of course, Russia's saying, don't tell them not to do it. They can do whatever they want. If you get involved, here we come. So we have tension in the Middle East, obviously also with Iran. Iran the other day saying, hey, by the way, we own the Persian Gulf. That's why I try and avoid calling it the Persian Gulf. I have to catch myself. Call it the Arabian Gulf. Persia is what? Persia is Iran. Let's not call it the Iranian Gulf. Let's call it the Arabian Gulf. And then here domestically in the United States, our our Freudian slip, our trade rep talking potential trade deal with Canada, right? U.S.-Canada launched trade talks amid pressure to rewrite NAFTA. It ain't NAFTA anymore. That really implies a bad deal. We were on the bad receiving end of the trade deal with Canada and Mexico, of course, kind of doing this Rodney King, can't we all get along? Well, we have to take it on the chin as the United States, whether it was with China or all these trade deals just kind of sucked. They weren't a win-win. Love or hate Donald Trump, he's a New York real estate developer who believes in what? A deal that is a win-win. So why can't we get to a win-win? And this is going to be great for the economy. So obviously, as Larry Kudlow said yesterday, any of these trade deals we got one hairy eyeball looking at China like, hey, you see all these folks willing to make a deal? What's your problem? I will say this once again. I keep beating this dead horse. When, not if, when we see a trade deal with China, you're going to see a rip-your-face-off rally that makes 2017 look like a bear market. So that's on our radar as well. How about what came out this morning? GDP growth. It came out. It comes out in advanced, preliminary, and final. The preliminary GDP was revised up. Can you handle this much winning, folks? And what happened yesterday? Consumer confidence rises to 18-year high. So as I predicted yesterday, global stocks are, we're kind of getting hypoxic up here, right? We're climbing this Mount Everest and we're running out of oxygen a little bit. So that's why yesterday in the primary live trade brief, we got long, looked to get long volatility. Really good call. And it's what I call a trade and a hedge pushed together. It's called a tredge. So make sure if you didn't watch yesterday's replay, you do it and take a look at that trade. Love Donald Trump, hate Donald Trump, he's right. Look at this. Yesterday, if you do not believe that Google, Twitter, Facebook are suppressing conservative news or stories, you're an idiot. Google, you ready? Facebook engineers in an internal email today that surfaced actually said what? We tear down posters welcoming Trump supporters. We don't want them in our workplace. Google is being sued by a guy who calls himself an independent that worked there, who got fired for not necessarily towing the party line of all this liberalism. So seriously, folks, hop on your rocket back to the other side of Mars if you think these limousine liberal Bay Area tech companies do not censor conservative speech. I did it yesterday. You Google Trump news, and there's not one in the first 100 search results, either positive or conservative or independent news story. It is all bad. So if you care more about the Russians interfering in our election, we interfere in everybody's elections, folks. We've gone to wars before over other people's elections. If you care more about foreign interference in our election than domestic, folks, this is an in-kind campaign contribution to the Democrats. Senators criticize who? They said, hey, dude, why don't you come sit down and testify about all this stuff? No. The Google CEO said, no, I'm not going to testify about any of this. What do you have to hide? This is it's awful, folks. I've warned you since October. I said dump every FANG stock. All these limousine liberal tech companies are going to implode under the weight of their own hubris. And they did, and they will. The only tech stock I said, and it ain't a tech stock, is Amazon. Look at this. A month and a half ago, I predicted Amazon would be at $1,900. Now I'm saying by the end of, probably by the middle of September to the end of September, it's a $2,000 stock. Easily. We're up another 30 points today as I speak. This is the gift that keeps on giving. We have a bull put spread that we're going to take a look at accelerated retirement day at actually closing for a max profit of about $3,000 in 3 weeks. That's the stock you need to be in. None of these limousine liberal tech companies, man, because they're really going to hurt your portfolio. As a matter of fact, if you want to come tomorrow, I'll tell you what, I'm going to open up tomorrow's brief. Head to go.topgunoptions.com/brief. So Thursday, August 30th at 1 p.m., I'm going to do an Analyze Your Trade session. If you head to go.topgunoptions.com/brief, I'll give you free access to tomorrow. Because remember, folks, men lie, numbers don't. Okay, so we open up our live trade briefs. I don't do 92 PowerPoint marketing slides and, hey, come take a look at what we do and pay for it. We open up the doors for free to our live trade briefs so you can see what we do. So do that, folks. Head to go.topgunoptions.com/brief, join our brief tomorrow, and come check out what we do. Okay, it's that simple because we have a lot to talk about. The president has a lot of airspeed at his back. GDP revised up, consumer confidence. We'll get the jobs numbers shortly. Things are good, but you always have to be hedged, and that's what I said yesterday. Let's get long volatility. Let's take a look at what the VIX is doing before we head out here. The volatility index down here at around 12. With the market where it is right now, I would expect the VIX to be up a little bit. I think our new resting heart rate might be up here in the lower teens, and something's going to happen in the next week and a half to freak this market out, as it has every couple weeks. So that's why we got long vol. So if you take a trial today, a 2-week trial, like I said on the homepage, you can get access to yesterday's recording and yesterday's volatility trade, because it is definitely time to hedge. Okay, folks, I got to go. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see many of my accelerated retirement members at 1 o'clock, where we're going to talk about CSX. We'll talk about Amazon, and we'll talk about volatility. So have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and God bless. We'll see you.